AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Hey, let's talk about Kaminga a little bit. I ain't even got to go no more, no further.
Shams Charania, who is in Miami.
My
Shams,
son.
why has it been such a slow start to the
Proud of
offseason
you.
for the Golden State Warriors?
Vanessa, the Warriors' entire offseason has been essentially on pause for one player, and that's the restricted free agent, Jonathan Kuminga. And they have wanted to figure out his situation before making their other offseason moves. And so I saw Jonathan Kuminga this morning at a workout in Miami. He's in good spirits. He had a good workout. He did tell me, though, that he is in absolutely no rush on doing a deal with the Warriors right now, and he's not accepting their current offers. He added that he wants to continue to explore options with his agent, Aaron Turner, whether that's continuing conversations with the Warriors, but also sign and trade options that are available to him in the marketplace.
Okay, Shams, so you use the term options. What do those other options for Jonathan Kuminga look like?
I'm told the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings are two teams that have made concrete offers with the Warriors over the last week or so. They're two of the more aggressive teams with Kaminga, and they're also offering him an opportunity for significant minutes, a starting caliber role in their lineup. And those are two things that he wants more than anything. So where this is at, Vanessa, is the Warriors do not want anything, though, that is available to them, is being offered to them in sign and trades. And on the other hand, with Jonathan Kuminga, he is not ready to move forward with taking any of the Warriors' current offers. He's not in a hurry to do a deal there yet. And so 24 days into the offseason, it's a staring contest between these two sides that could continue much longer than just this month. And so we're nearing August and still no Warriors move so far this offseason.
It's sad. There's been an issue. This is all Steve Kerr. We see what Steve Kerr did to Jason Tatum in the Olympics. He's doing the same thing with Kaminga. Kaminga is talented. And just think about how Kaminga feels. He's watching all these young guys just basically leap over him. From being Carroll to Cade Cunningham. I'm not saying he has their skill, but he had high praise. People really, thought Kaminga was going to turn into something. And you have a guy like Steve Kerr who, for some reason, either doesn't like him, doesn't know how to coach him, or doesn't just know how to utilize him. But you can't tell me Kaminga is not an NBA player. But this is sad. They need to just let that man go. Find a trade for him and let him go and let him be an NBA player and make his money. It's obvious he doesn't want to be there. It's been like that for a couple years. This didn't just happen. This has been for a while now. You got to think about it. Steve Kerr's probably not easy to get along with, even though I think he's a great coach. Remember, him and Kevin Durant didn't get along, allegedly. But this to me has Steve Kerr written all over it. Trade that young man and let him go flourish and get some money. Because look how many players now are in great situations and man just blossoming, man, and growing into these great players and getting hundreds of millions of dollars. Stop trying to shortchange him. Y'all took him and he didn't amount to whatever y'all thought it was. He is a little injury prone, but listen, bro, he's probably saying, yo, I don't want to be here. Let me go. And they're trying to offer him some bullshit. I think this is Steve Kerr, man. I think at times Steve Kerr overutilizes his power sometimes. He looks like one of those type of guys. And like I said, when he did the Jason Tatum, to me, this is a Kerr problem. The front office needs to step in. The owners need to step in, and they need to get whatever deal done. Stop thinking you're going to get something crazy from Kaminga. No, that ain't going to happen. Get what you can get and move on, especially if you still have Curry and Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and you think, you're a couple pieces away from, contending again. Get what you can get from Kaminga and let him go. But this is a personal problem, and I think it all Steve Kerr's behind it.
What you thinking, Flea?
I'm gonna be brief. I'm not really invested in Jonathan Kaminga because I don't think he's very good. Like I think he's an okay player.
Flea, real quick. He is overplaying his hand. I do think he thinks he's better than what he is, though.
Yeah, I'm just not understanding why in year 4, we're here and you're behaving as you are Apollo. or a Cade or Ant Edwards. Like, I don't think he's in that class. I think he's a good player. Yeah, it's something that Steve Kerr has issues with, you know, when he sees a guy that doesn't fit what he's trying to do, he's not going to play you, or he's going to go the opposite direction. But for this to like be a story is a little weird to me, because I just don't think that Kuminga is somebody that you put him on any other 29 teams in the NBA. I don't think he's moving the needle for any of them. I don't think you put him on Miami, he helps them become a playoff team. I don't think you bring him into, let's say he becomes a Knick. Let's talk about us for a second. Let's say he becomes a Knick. 1, does he play? 2, where does he play? 3, does he help us win? Those are the 3 questions that I'm asking about Kuminga wherever he goes.
Can I ask y'all a question? Is Kuminga better than Obi Toppin?
No, not right now. For me, no. Obi has found a role. Obi is maximizing his role. Talent-wise, maybe that's a conversation. But I know what I saw Obi do throughout the playoffs, throughout this season. I think Kuminga thinks he's better, but give me Obi.
My point is, and I'll let Fabian cook. My point is, I think he's better than Obi. He just isn't in the right situation, the right system. And look what Obi was going through with New York. Remember, at that time, I said Obi can't even play the game. But as you see, you get with a better coach or right coach or right situation, and then you're able to flourish. So I think that's the problem with Kuminga. I think he is overplaying his hand, but at the same time, you put him somewhere where they running and gunning, and that offense is flowing with how athletic he is, and if he can stay healthy, I'm being honest, I think he can be better than Obi Toppin.
I think we haven't seen him as nothing, like you said, his style that fits his a system that fits his style, and an open court style with the Pacers. I mean, who wouldn't flourish on Indiana? I just didn't even think of that team. I'm thinking of the Spurs. You know, they want to get rid of Fox. 3-team trade like that. I'm pretty sure they're looking for a big man. They could go after, I don't even know who now. I think all the big guys got taken up. But I don't know what to think of them because we barely see them. And confidence is a lot with these guys. All I'm hearing these NBA players, like look at Michael Beasley now with just I've always thought, you know, a lot of this is self-inflicted, but it's also some people, that's a hard thing to handle at 19, 20 years old. Everybody's not going to be Michael Jordan, have Nike, have 2 parents, have, you know, a team around you to help you and polish your whole career path. Everyone doesn't have that. I don't know if Kuminga has that. We think is Golden State that it should be picture perfect for him. And the way Draymond talks about him is like he got to stay in there, young fella. And the way he's talking about, I don't know how patient is Draymond. I mean, he knocked out his teammate. Like, we don't know how intimidated you could be with your other teammates. And then with Steph Curry, I don't know if he's really there to, you know, help you, like to really be there for you. He got his own ecosystem that he's running. Like there's a lot of independent gears and parts to Golden State. You know, they got rid of Klay Thompson. He was his own entity. And Jimmy Butler, his own entity. I don't know how Kaminga is really going to flourish there, especially with the way Steve Kerr talks about it too. He doesn't sound like he wants Kaminga there. If I'm being real, like for you, Flea, to say that, like if he doesn't fit my system, then that's how Steve Kerr coaches. So you're not going to make any sort of adjustments if he was that talented. Because to your point, AllBall, the fact that we don't know you're better than Obi Toppin, that means we haven't even seen you adjust to whatever the coach is trying to implement, and then the coach is not implementing something for you. So how are you going to figure that out?
Flea, like you said, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but you know, these are topics that I think can turn into something great. That's why I love us and I love our platform, because you know, we can go somewhere different. Let's not act like there aren't coaches that ramrod players. Like let you know what I mean? It'd be something personal. Guys don't like each other. So maybe him and Kerr got something personal going, because let's be honest, the kid is talented. I'm not saying he's SGA talent. I'm not going that far, but the kid is talented. I think this is something personal, and Steve Kerr is fucking him over. That's how I really feel. He's doing him dirty. Let's not act like we've never seen this before. where a coach doesn't like a player and he's going to purposely do you dirty. I think that's what's really going on.
But it being twofold that Kuminga thinks he's somebody that he's not, right?
Agreed.
They've had several role players come through that organization and just be a part of winning, right? Why? If they see him, let me ask y'all this: if he's a likable guy and somebody that is coachable, right, and that we can mold into a player, if Steve Kerr saw him and drafted him, and he walks through and they have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, why doesn't anybody see? Damn, maybe he could be Iggy. Maybe. They don't feel like that. They don't feel like that. Sean Livingston was huge for them. Barbosa, huge for them. Harrison Barnes, huge for them. I'm naming guys that knew what their role was and flourished in their role to help this team win. Guys Klay Thompson was out of there, frees up minutes. Like they were freeing up minutes for him. And I just don't think he's a selfless enough player to play in the system that they looking to play in. You got to be able to pass the ball. You got to be able to move without the ball. You got to be able to give up a good shot to get a great shot. Is he that type of nigga? I don't think he's that type of nigga, and he don't fall into what Kerr is trying to do.
I'll end it with this. My favorite parts of like when the Joe Budden podcast, when that shit is streaming through my Twitter, my favorite thing when they talk about is the music business and business in general. My favorite part of what Gilbert Arenas, when they start talking, is about the business of the NBA. And when they talk about how Golden State is only benching Kuminga because he's a whatever kind of draft pick he is, and if you give him more minutes, then you got to offer him more money. And they said the same thing about Dante DiVincenzo when he was here. That's what Gilbert Arenas was banking his money on. Bro, he's scoring way too much to go back to the bench. He's looking for more money. He doesn't want to go to the bench. So this can also be totally intentional by Golden State to not want to pay him, and Kaminga just being frustrated with something that he may have been promised. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was about to say that too. They might have promised him something, and now look, it's good, Fabian. But I was just thinking of that.
I agree with Monkey Wrench.
Why the
fuck? Jonathan Kuminga better than Cam Reddish?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean.
Especially scoring. He can get inside the paint. I think he scores better than Cam Reddish. I don't know about defense, like defensively, and another podcast I gotta give a shout out to is the All the Smoke podcast, bro. Their guests are amazing. They just had Gary Sheffield on there. That shit is amazing. As soon as I saw the name, I listened to it on the entire thing on the way home. The way he broke that down, he went to all these different teams. You know, he's known for being tough. When we went to Atlanta, they promised him something. Or when he went to LA, they promised him a deal. And when they sat down, they changed up on him. He was like, yo, that ain't what we talked about. So these ins and outs of the business, we don't really know. But we do know that there's people have to go through whatever it is. And Kaminga got to get over all that. Bro, get a jump shot. You got to figure something out to get on that court. You're clearly talented, but I think Flea's ultimate point is, bro, if you ain't getting over the hump, because Flea hates blaming the coach. Even though we're saying Kerr, this guy don't fit Kerr's system, Flea hates blaming the coach. He's like, bro, go figure that out.
Because this coach shit, what you just said, what y'all talking about right now, that shit goes all the way down to college recruiting. When I was getting recruited, the niggas sold me a drink. Yeah, you're going to be able to compete for minutes. You're going to play. We going to build you into this player. I'll tell y'all offline. Like, I will tell. They will sell you. And when you get on campus, shit is different. And it goes all the way up the chain. You on the professional level, you getting paid for this shit, they're going to tell you what the fuck ever they want to tell you. And when you walk through them doors and you get in that locker room, shit might be a little different. Like you saying, Fabian, it's the business.
I'm gonna say this, and for me, that's it. Steve Kerr has the power to not play him. So as much as y'all saying, show me this, show me that, I can't show you if you're not letting me get in the game. When he is in the game, he shows flashes. The kid can play. I'm not advocating for him, but I'm not letting Steve Kerr off the hook. We've seen this happen before where coaches, I don't like you, and this is what I'm gonna do. My thing is, if it's that bad, Get rid of him and let somebody else deal with the headache. Don't offer him nothing. Trade him. It's obvious y'all are not happy together. He doesn't want to be there. Look at Precious Ochoa. Flea, the only one, I always say this. That's how I know he know the game. When we did that trade, Flea was the only one that said Precious can play. Precious showed flashes that he belongs in the NBA. He can help a team win basketball games. You know what Precious said now? Get me out of here.
Did he get picked up? I was about to ask. Did y'all see him get picked up yet?
Anything.
I was hoping he got picked up by that.
No, he didn't. But my point is,
I agree with you. I agree.
Right, but my point is, I show I can play. Bro, you not putting me in the game. That thing is personal. You have listen. Steve Kerr has the power to do what he does. Steve Kerr didn't play Jason Tatum in the Olympics, bro. However we want to feel about that, the coach has the power to make those decisions. So when we say Kaminga, show me this, show me that, I can't show you if I'm not getting on the court.
Is Jonathan Kuminga better than Precious Achiuwa?
All ball suckers.
Are we live?
Big Flake, the biggest show. The little one. Called Precious. Nigga called Precious the Embiid stopper. Now he want to talk about is Jonathan Kuminga better than Precious. Go to hell, Fabian.
Shout out to all the haters in the comments, and an even bigger shout out to all the supporters that were in there roasting them. I love that. They were hating their old ball. I don't know if you could see it. But like the biggest hate I ever seen in my life. And shout out to Adam Silver in the comments. You know what he said, old ball?
We the next Joe Rogan. He said, we the next Joe Rogan.
So y'all the next Joe Rogan. Somebody trying to roast us. He said, yeah, and you in here watching live.
Shorty said, look, OG, don't get uncomfortable. We done. Hold on. 2 more seconds. We done. Sandra Brooks said, it's giving washed. Sandra, send me a selfie right now. What do you look like right now? Right now. At 10 o'clock tonight. What do you look like? Love the ladies, but we're going to get you. We're going to get you.
I double dare you.
I double dare you.
Yo, you know what you know what I mean saying? I said it to myself a while ago. I said, just imagine if everybody you follow and vice versa, we all met up in person. We would be the only ones that look how we look on camera, bro.
And Fish. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.